Okay, this is my bevel grinding jig. My dogs just took off. What are y'all going after? Oh well. This is my knife grinding jig, and it's okay, but now that I've got that plastic table, I'm going to end up scarring it up with this. So I've been racking my brain trying to come up with what I can make out of the remainder of that cutting board. And I think I got it. I've got this cut out, and what I'm going to do is use hinges so these will, tilt forward and backwards. This will, be here and it'll tilt forward and backwards. And I got to run some kind of bolt from here to here that you can adjust to adjust the angle. And I haven't figured that out yet. And I can't put nothing together until I do get this built in my head, because I'm gonna have to do the same thing with this that I did with the other, and that's screw up through this and then sandwich this together, and to cover the screws so I don't have anything on the bottom of this, just plastic. And that will really slide nice on that. So I'm still trying to rack my brain. I can go ahead and get these holes drilled for the hinges, and I'm going to use these bolts here, and I'm going to put them through the front side here, but I'm going to drill in such a fashion where they'll be flush, and then I'll cut them off even with the nuts, so I can get that much done. And I'm going to be thinking about how to build an adjustment, a locking adjustment. Alrighty, I just thought I'd show you what I'm working on here. Well, that's all I can do until I figure out how I'm going to make the adjustment. Let me show you how flush I got these. I drilled an 1/8 inch hole, and then I countersunk it a little bit with a 1/4 inch drill bit. I can run this up against the sander to smooth it out, and I will do that. But that's a good start. Now I'm going to be thinking on how I'm going to adjust this. I'm thinking I may have to put a couple of angle brackets here, and then a rod coming out to something here, and then one of them. It's a bolt that, if you turn it one way, it pulls the threaded rod in, and if you turn it the other way, it pushes the threaded rod out. And I have one somewhere, but that would be the easiest thing to do. Yep, I'm going to be thinking along that route, I think. Okay, we'll be back. Okay. Now, I'm as far as I can get without figuring out how I'm going to make this thing adjust. I want it at an angle, because if I have something sticking up off of here, it will be flexible. So the shorter it is, the less flex it will have in it. I'm thinking, give me a minute. I'm going to go look at I'm going to pull out my magical toy box down here and see what kind of junk I got in there. See if I can make something work. Well, we're getting there. I found a few bits of odds and ends. Here's how I gotta cut this off about here. I have not figured out how I'm going to attach it to here yet, but here's the basic premise. That'll go in there, and you will adjust this up and down by using that, and the wing nut will lock it in place. Now I got to figure out how to attach it to here, and I'm thinking I'm gonna heat the end of this up red hot, flatten it out, drill a hole sideways through it, and then mount these to this, and then put a pin through the area that I flattened. I gotta think on it some more, and it's too late for coffee, so thinking time's just about past. Good Lord, it is so humid out here. My God, it's not hot, but my God, the humidity. Just about to drive me indoors. And I'm gonna figure this out before I go in. Now we're getting somewhere. I hammered that out, hammered a flat space on it. Now I'm going to drill a hole through it. I'm going to cut these off right here, and I'm going to drill a hole further back, about in the middle of what I'll have left. Both of these. Mount them both to here. Put a bolt through them and this, and voila, I do believe. Where's my wing nut? Here we go. We will be uptown. And then screw this on at the bottom. Far out. Alright, it is the next morning, 7 o'clock. And I expected to be in Texas, and I'm not going to Texas till probably Wednesday. So I'll be able to get this knife finished and in the house with several coats of true oil on it before I need to go. So I'm going to finish this up this morning. It's coming along. I've got my little angled brackets worked out here, and that's how that's going to work. I'm going to drill a hole through this, and but first I have some important business to take care of. Bomb chicka wah wah. Boy, that's a sexy thing, a sexy thing. Here's how it works. Or so let me give you a look here. Now I need to mount that to that. I do have a couple of nuts I'm going to have to accommodate. These screws are countersunk. They're all up inside the plastic. I will have to accommodate these by popping a couple of short, shallow holes there. That's not a problem. Then I'm going to drill, screw, epoxy, and we'll be ready to make some knives with that new jig. Alright, on to Sandy's knife. I've got to shape the handle today, and that's next as soon as I clean up a little bit from this project. There we go. I can't wait to try it out. I got my first knife blank right there. I may try this tomorrow. Yep. These are countersunk. I think that's going to work. Of course, I made a couple of handles. Alright, thanks for watching, y'all. This was a nice little project, and what I do is bolt the knife onto this face of this here, and then put a clamp back here just to keep it, you know, from doing this. I tighten this up pretty tight, and then I put a clamp here. And then when I'm ready to do the other side, I put the bolt through this one, and I clamp it back here.